Namaste. So tonight I'm going to read book 9, chapter 17 on the antidote of Tulasi in the Maha Devi Bhagavatam. Om Vakratunam. Kutisura. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Narayana said, O Narada, the wife of Dharmadvaja, was Madhavi. Going to the Gandhamadan mountain, she began to enjoy with great gladness the pleasures with the king Dharmadvaja. The bed was prepared, strewn with flowers and scented with sandal paste. She smeared all over her body with sandal paste. The flowers and cool breeze in contact with the sweet scent of sandal paste began to cool the bodies. Madhavi was the jewel amongst women. Her whole body was very elegant. Beside it was adorned all over with jewel ornaments. As she was humorous, so the king was very expert in that respect. It seemed as if the Creator created especially for Dharmadvaja. The humorous lady, Madhavi, expert in amorous affairs, both of them were skilled in amorous sports. So no one did like to desist from amorous enjoyments. 100 divine years passed in this way. Day and night passed unnoticed. The king then got back his consciousness and desisted from his amorous embraces. But the lustful woman did not find herself satisfied. However, by the Deva's influence, she became pregnant and conceived for 100 years. In the womb, there was the incarnation of Lakshmi, and the body's lustre increased day by day. Then, on an auspicious day, on an auspicious moment, auspicious yoga, auspicious lagna, auspicious amsa, and on an auspicious combination of planetary rulers and their houses, she delivered on the full moon night of the month of Kartik one beautiful daughter, the incarnation in part of Lakshmi. The face of the baby looked like the autumnal moon. Her two eyes resembled autumnal lotuses, and her upper and lower lips looked beautiful like ripe bimba fruits. The daughter began no sooner it was born to look on all sides of the lying-in room. The palm and lower part of feet were red. The navel was deep, and below that there were 3 wrinkles. Her loins were circular. Her body was hot in the winter and cold in the summer, and pleasant to touch. Her hairs on the head were hanging like the roots of the fig tree. Her color was bright like champaka. She was a jewel amongst women. Men and women cannot compare her beauty. The holy wise men named her Tulasi. As soon as she was born, she looked of the female sex, full in every way, though prevented repeatedly by all. She went to the forest of Badari for practicing tapasya. There she practiced hard tapasya for 1,00,000 divine years. Her main object was to get Narayana for her husband. In summer, she practiced Panchatapa, surrounded by fire on 4 sides and on the top. In the winter, she remained in water, and in the rainy season, she remained in the open air and endured the showers of the rain 20,000 years. She passed away thus in eating fruits and water. For 30,000 years, she subsisted on the leaves of trees. When the 40,000th year came, she subsisted only on air, and her body became thinner and thinner day by day. Then for 10,000 years afterwards, she left eating anything whatsoever, and without any aim, stood on only 1 leg. At this time, the lotus-born Brahma, seeing this, appeared there to grant her boons. On seeing him, Tulasi immediately bowed down to Brahma, the 4-faced one, riding on his vehicle, the swan. Note, the vehicle theory of the Devas came from Egypt. Devas were without vehicles at first and were faced half beast. Then they were rendered men, and their vehicles were fancied as beasts. The face of the Durga Devi was thought of as that of a tiger. He then addressed her and said, "O Tulasi, ask a boon that you like, whether it be devotion to Hari, servantship to Hari, freedom from old age, or freedom from death. I will grant that to you." Tulasi said, "Father, I now say you my mind. Here, what is the use of hiding away my views out of fear or shame to one who knows everything reigning in one's heart? I am Tulasi Gopi, cowherdess. I used to dwell before in the Goloka. I was a dear she-servant of Radhika, the beloved of Krishna. I was also born of her in part. Her Sakis, female attendants, used to love me. Once in Rasamandalam, I was enjoyed by Govinda, but I was not satiated, and while I was lying down in an unconscious state, Radha, the governess-in-chief of the Rasa circle, came there and saw me in that state. She rebuked Govinda and out of anger cursed me, 'Go at once and be born as a human being.' At this, Govinda spoke to me, 'If you go and practice tapas in Bharata, Brahma will get pleased and he will grant you boon. When you will get Narayana, the four-armed, born of me in part as your husband, O Father,' thus speaking, Sri Krishna disappeared out of sight, out of Radha's fear. I quitted my body and am now born in this world. Now grant me this boon that I get the peaceful, lovely, beautiful Nara for my husband." Brahma said, "O child Tulasi, the Gopa cowherd Sudama was born of Shri Krishna's body. Sudhama was born of Shri Krishna's body. At the time present, he is very energetic. He too, under the curse of Radha, has come and taken his birth amongst the Dhanavas. He is named Shankachuda. No one is equal to him in strength. In Goloka, when he saw you before, he was overpowered with passion for you. Only out of Radha's influence, he could not embrace you. That Sudhama is Jatismara, knows all about his previous births, and you too are Jatismara. There is nothing unknown to you. O beautiful one, you will now be his wife. Afterwards, you will get Narayana, the beautiful and lovely, for your husband. Thus, under the curse of Narayana, you will be transformed into the world purifying Tulsi tree. You will be the foremost amongst the flowers and will be dear to Narayana than his life. No one's worship will be complete without thee as leaf. You will remain as a tree in Vrindavan, and you will be widely known as Vrindavani. The Gopas and Gopis will worship Madhava with your leaves. Being the presiding deity of the Tulasi tree, you will always enjoy the company of Krishna, the best of the Gopas. O Narada, thus bearing Brahma's words, the Devi Tulasi became very glad. Smile appeared in her face. She then bowed down to the Creator and said, "O Father, I speak now truly to thee that I am not as devoted to the four-armed Narayana as I am devoted to Shyama Sundara, the two-armed. For my intercourse with Govinda Shri Krishna was suddenly interrupted and my desire was not gratified. It is because of Shri Govinda's words that I prayed for the four-armed. Now it appears certain that by thy grace I will get again my Govinda, very hard to be attained. But, O Father, do this that I be not afraid of Radha." Brahma said, "O child, I now give you the 16-lettered Radha mantra to you. by her grace, you will be dear to Radha as her life. Radhika will not be able to know anything of your secret dealings. O fortunate, you will be dear to Govinda like Radha. Thus saying, Brahma, the creator of the world, gave her the 16-letter Radha Mantra Stotra, Kavacha, and mode of worship, and Puras Charana, and he blessed her. Tulasi then engaged herself in worshipping Radha as directed. By the boon of Brahma, Tulasi attained Siddhi, success, like Lakshmi. Out of the power of the Siddha mantra, she got her desired boon. She became fortunate in getting various pleasures, hard to be attained in this world. Her mind became quiet. All the toils of tapasya disappeared. When one gets the fruit of one's labor, all the troubles then transform to happiness. She then finished her food and drink and slept on a beautiful bed strewn with flowers and scented with sandal paste. Here ends the 17th chapter. On the 9th book, on the antidote of Tulasi in Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa. Jayanti Mangalakari Patrakari Kapalendra Gakashmash. Om Toya Mata Chapita Toya Bandusha Jasakatu.